Karen and I are out here in the house today. We're working on electrical and plumbing. We're standing here in the area that's going to be our future kitchen, and we're starting to think about cabinets and appliances and what needs to be here with regards to wiring and gas and water and all those kinds of things. We got the floor swept, and we're starting to put blue tape on the floor and make some marks on our studs to kind of give us a sense of where things are at and how big things are going to be and where stuff needs to go. Welcome back to Building at the Woods. We're a multi-generational family building 2 homesteads in western Michigan. We call our homestead project the Hazelwood Build and the kids' homestead the Wildwood Build. We both take an empty land and are building homes from the ground up, doing most of the work ourselves and helping each other as we go. As the days get shorter and the daylight hours are reduced, we realize that we need lights inside the building. It would also be great to get rid of all the extension cords we're running from the power shed to the house, which power our tools, the table saw, chop saw, compressor, and things like that. We're working towards our goal of getting a rough-in inspection of the electrical circuits in the house. So we're thinking countertops will be, we're going to make them extra deep, maybe 30 inches. We're also going to have cabinets that are higher than normal. I think 34 is your normal height with like a 35-inch or 36-inch countertop. We're going to go 38-inch just because we're kind of taller people. Down here on the floor, we are going to put an oven. So that's going to require 110 electric, 220 electric, and a gas line. And we got some counter space over here, so we're going to have some counter outlets for appliances. And then over here, we're going to have a refrigerator, which needs electricity and water. Over here on the back wall, we got basically a countertop that runs the entire length of that wall, right?
I believe so.
A stove top sitting in the middle, yeah, under kind of an arched canopy.
I want the stove top and the arch to be a focal point of the whole kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal this from Heather, but I love her little pot filler.
Yeah. So will we do upper cabinets on each side in this space and then over there?
Yeah, as long as it's balanced.
That blue tape on the floor is a 4-foot mark from the counter over here. And that kind of indicates where the major kitchen island's going to be. We're going to have an island with a sink. Is the dishwasher going to be in that island as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned putting another sink in here, a prep sink, in this area.
I don't remember saying that, but is that something you need? Is that something you want?
Yes. Because whenever I'm thawing meat.
Oh, yes.
Now you remember.
I do remember. A secondary sink for
prepping. A prep sink.
I think that's a great idea. So, do we do it over in this side or do we do it back here? I kind of think over here.
I think over here too, next to the refrigerator. So when I pull stuff out, it goes right next to.
Yeah. I think if we did it on that back section, it would throw stuff out of balance.
It would.
Yeah. So we got started pulling wire. All the yellow wire is 12-2 gauge. So we're going to use that wire for all of our outlets. Anytime you see a white wire, that wire is 14-2, and that is going to be used for any light circuit. Later on in the process, you'll see some blue wire being used as well. The blue wire is 14-3, and that wire is actually going to be used for 3-way light circuits. You also see some black wire, maybe some orange wire. Those are larger gauges for specific things like an electric stove, an electric range, dryer, things like that. So here's what we got. We've got a box here that's for under cabinet lighting. We'll actually have a switch that sends power to this box. And I'm not sure exactly where we're going to put it. We'll figure that out. This box is then connected to this box right over here. It's also connected to this box over here. So the three banks of cabinets will have light that comes underneath. On top of that, then we've got our two counter circuits. One right there, one right here. They're paired up with other counter circuits as well. The first box is here. They will receive a GFCI outlet. And so everything downstream of that outlet will then be protected on that GFCI circuit. Let's see what else we got in here. We've got an outlet for the stove top, and I'm not sure how many amps I'm going to have to run into here yet, but I'll do some research on that. Over here in this corner, we've got two boxes. We're going to put a double oven in here, and I don't know if we'll do double oven electric or double oven gas. If we do double oven electric, then I'm going to need 240 volts here in this area. If I do double oven gas, then probably just a 120 circuit to supplement the electronics and stuff like that in the oven. Over here I've also got an outlet for the refrigerator. That'll be a dedicated circuit. Most of the appliance circuits in a kitchen are dedicated, and they're usually 20 amps as well. I think I've heard some talk about them needing GFCI or arc fault protection as well in the latest code. I don't think I'm on the latest code though. I think I'm still on 2015 code. The kitchen's got a lot of circuits, so next thing I'm going to have to do is start running home runs, which is somehow drilling through the floor and figuring out a path back to the main circuit breaker. As we start running lines, drilling holes, I also have to be thinking about the other disciplines that share space in the floor and wall cavities. I need to be thinking about where my AC ducts are going to run. I need to think about where my plumbing lines, both the source water and the drain and waste vents, are going to go. So sometimes as I'm pulling wire, I'm also planning to leave a little bit of extra slack in the line, just so that as these other things come through, I can kind of bend the wire and allow these other pipes and ducts to have space in the cavities. As I start running lines down into this section of the wall, I got to keep in mind that I'm going to have like 30 different wires coming into this section. So I kind of have to plan in advance how many holes I'm going to drill and how the wires will share the space coming into this area. Also going to make sure that I go ahead and mark every wire what it's for, just so that when I actually go to start wiring up the box, I can remember where each wire came from. All right, that's the two kitchen counter home runs. I'm going to do the third one for that stove top, and then I'll go ahead and nail them all up. This 20 amp stove top circuit that I'm running, I may have to actually run another circuit if I put an electric top in. I need to research that a little bit more to find out how many amps a cooktop, an electric cooktop, would require. We're really not focused on that simply because we're off grid and we don't plan to use solely electric appliances. But I love future-proofing the house with capabilities that would come into play and might be useful if we actually ever did connect to the grid. So as I finish up the wiring here in the kitchen, need to go around, dress things up a little bit, secure the wires with cable staples. With the type of boxes I'm using, I have to put a staple within 8 inches of the box. Okay, that's my first outlet here in the new house. It's not working yet because I haven't connected it downstairs with the panel. But I will soon have a place to plug in here, and I won't have to run extension cords from the power shed. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. What's next? Since I know I am going to energize this circuit, and because it would be nice to have more than just one outlet live here in the building, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next outlet on that circuit and wire it up as well. Some of you might be looking at this thinking, man, that guy is actually doing it the old style. Why doesn't he just spear those into the back of the box like a lot of guys do today? Yeah, I feel more confident in twisting and crimping the wire around the lug and then tightening that lug down really solid. I'm more confident of that than I am of the spear it in, because I think over time that tension on that spring might become a little loose and allow that wire to pop out, and I don't want that. Takes a little longer, but I think I'm going to be happier with it, especially since it's my house. And if you're wondering, no, I'm not an electrician, not by any stretch of the imagination. I am not IBEW certified, but I'm allowed to work on my own house because it is my own house. I got my training over a lot of years. I watched my dad do some, and then I do have some friends that are IBEW certified trained guys. I think the first guy that helped me was Alan Clinton. Alan lives in, down in, where does he live? Kenai, Alaska somewhere. Same with Dave Dorland. He was another friend that I got coaching from. And a third friend, Carl Evans. I used his head a lot of times. I'd call him up and just talk to him at length about, why do we do it this way? He was always gracious with his time. I appreciate that. Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Alan. Yeah. So Karen and I have been wiring our kitchen, and there are so many things that you don't think of when you're dreaming of a home. And you get to the point of like, all right, where does this go? And it's decisions. Like, that's kind of a permanent decision once that decision's been made.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, today we're trying to figure out where's our microwave. We think this is the last appliance that we need to land. And a microwave requires a 20 amp dedicated circuit. So, all right, babe, what do you think? We got ovens going up here in that side. Vanna. So we got ovens going up in the corner, and then we got
countertop.
We got a countertop that we're thinking across here.
Under light.
And so here we kind of sketched out kind of what we're thinking. I think we're going to put a prep sink over here so you can pull something out of the freezer and set it in the sink and let it start thawing. One idea is maybe put a microwave up here, maybe, because we got the stack of ovens over there on the far corner. Maybe you want the microwave next to it. Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking now.
Okay. Well, should it be like in a cupboard above the counter? Or should we expand this set of cabinets over and have the microwave in there? You were talking about maybe having a space for a TV up there for, you know, cooking shows. You can watch a cooking show, or you could have a electronic recipe book,
Yeah,
you know?
it could come up here or down here.
Yeah.
Maybe have it down here and this be cabinets.
You wouldn't put you wouldn't put a countertop microwave in. You'd build in.
Yeah, I want to build in.
Okay. Now in our Alaska house, we had something that looked like this. We had the fridge sitting over here, and then we had a tall cabinet on each side of another cabinet that was the bigger cabinet that stuck out more, and it sticks out more because the microwave is more than 12 inches deep. It was definitely still over the countertop, but it was kind of a big protrusion. I like that though. It was fine, and that was next to the stove. It was the hood for the stove. The stove was sitting right there. Maybe we should go in and talk to some people like at Menards and kind of dream kitchens with them.
Sure.
And
Get some ideas.
so that we don't box ourselves in, let's put a box over here because the wires go that direction. That way, if we change our mind, we put the microwave in the middle, we don't have too short of a wire.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. Well, today I'm working on more electrical. I'm actually here in the master bedroom, and we're going to start with the light circuit, work my way through the various sections of the room. Then we'll probably be working on the outlets, trying to get all those tied together. And that'll be a little bit more tricky because I've got a lot of places where I've got posts that be hard to drill through. So I'll probably just go down through the floor in the floor system and come back up at the next box.
Hey Dad,
Yes.
for these outlets, where's the power coming from?
Great question. The bathroom should be its own separate circuit.
Yes.
Let's come from the panel to this box, that box, and around and in right here. Because I also think we ought to put two boxes facing outward.
Oh, electrical out on the side.
So what I usually do, is say I need, 10 feet of wire. I point it in the right direction, follow it, get over here, turn it around. Yeah. Here, that's how I do it. Now, if we were really professional, we would have it hanging on a bar, on between a couple ladders or something. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we want this wire going from the panel downstairs under the floor, come through, up, and we've got a light switch there, a light switch there, a bunch of light switches there, and then a bunch of light switches there.
Yeah.
I don't care what order you do them in, whatever you think is most efficient.
Are there any more wiring to be done in this room? Other than.
Okay, so Karen, that flood over there, where do you want to turn it on?
I thought we were gonna do.
Yeah. But what if you were coming out to the main room?
That room?
Yeah, you would want to turn that corner on there as well.
Yeah.
So we'll need to do a three-way
Yeah.
over there. We just don't have any more three-way.
Ah.
We've got another blue wire that goes from here out to the living room. We've got another blue wire that goes from here to that box.
Blue
And
is a three-way?
is a three-way. So this blue wire is for these 5 lights here. And the other blue wire will carry the black and the red over to this three-way switch.
Yeah, for the rest of the bedroom lights.
Right. I wasn't thinking that, when we first put this up, we weren't thinking that that flood was going to be a three-way. But the more I'm thinking, it does need to be a three-way.
Yeah.
Well, after the main area of the master bedroom, we moved to the master bedroom bathroom. There's not a lot of electricity in here. Overhead lights, lights over the mirrors, outlets on the counters. It went pretty fast. Another thing that I found recently, if you're still using old paddle bits, just the flat bits, oh, you are working way harder than you need to. I bought these new bits. I don't know if you can tell, but they've got a little bit of a curve to them, and they also have this screw on the end, which makes it self-feeding. Man, you just stick that on the wood and it almost pulls itself through the wood for you. Great invention. Get yourself some of those. Okay, so you've got this guy done,
Yeah.
and the wiring is all connected up in there.
Yep.
Cool. So all we need now is the vent that does a 90-degree elbow and punches out the wall.
And they're both at the same height, so it doesn't look one's higher than the other.
I love it. Okay, so I've got the wiring on the overhead lights done, with the exception of one 14-3 wire, a blue wire that needs to run between the two boxes. I just don't have any more 14-3, so that'll be a material run. The other thing for this wing of the house is all of the electrical boxes in the closets, the bidet, this one here, a couple up on the counter. They need to be run with 12 2 and run down to the panel. And then once we get that circuit done, this whole wing, I guess not. I've got a couple more wires out there. Yeah. It's never done.
No. There's something.
A couple more wires.
Couple more wires.
We're moving on now to the middle wing. And even though we've got the kitchen pretty much done now, we've got quite a bit to do here in the laundry room, over here in the bath, the office, and the hallway. So that's what we'll be working on next. Well, yesterday when I was working on this, I ran the spool of white wire out, so we had to buy another spool. 1,000 foot of this 14-2, which is good for lighting circuits. The other thing I was out of until today's material run was this blue wire. And this particular room here, this hallway, actually is going to need light switches from over there coming in the garage, over here coming out of the great room, over here coming in the front door, and over here as if we were coming from the master bedroom or the laundry room. So that is a four-way switch circuit with two three-way switches and two four-way switches. And between all of the switch boxes, we need this 14-3. So that's what we'll be working on right now. Whenever you're working on a circuit that's got multiple switches, you kind of have to think, all right, where is my power going to enter into the circuit, and where is my control of the fixture, or in this case the lights, going to exit out of the circuit. So I'm kind of thinking about that. I think I'm going to have power enter over here at the front door, because I've got to have power for other things there. So I'll run from there to that box, over to that box, over to that box, and then we'll do lights from that box. So the good news is I was able to get that wire to fish up and in through that BCI, because there's just no way to get your hand up in there and guide the wire. So you kind of have to drill holes and then just kind of poke it around until hopefully it shows up at the other hole. And I got lucky. So that's the good news, is I got lucky. The bad news is I've got to run a light wire up there as well. But that's not perhaps as bad, because I think I can just take the white wire, tape it to the blue wire, and pull it through. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. to stop and take just a minute to figure out where the lights should be. And what Karen and I have been doing is we take some paint and just kind of spray paint on the floor where we think those lights ought to be. So that kind of gives us a clue as to where to pull the wire to. Well, I got Karen out here last night and we kind of laid out where the lights for this room were going to be. It was a little bit challenging because it's very irregular shaped and we wanted things to feel kind of symmetrical. But with the kind of dog legs that's going in here, it's not going to be perfect. But I think we've got something that we're going to be happy with. So we're going to get going and hang these light wires. One of the things I'd like to have by the end of the day today is the ability to turn some lights on here in the upstairs area. So,
It's 5:30.
oh no, I wanted to get lights in the garage. I guess it's not happening today.
Can that be tomorrow?
Can we get these two wires? That way I can, while you're cooking dinner, I can.
Oh, we're having leftovers.
We're having leftovers. What do we have? I had leftovers for lunch.
Oh, there's the pork from last night and there's also orange chicken.
No, there's no.
Yeah, there's one more left.
Oh, is there? All right, pork from last night it is.
This is how the path, or the schedule or pattern, you want to call it, is going to be is I cook, have a day off. I cook and have a day off.
Okay, so you cook and then I go to Taco Bell, and you cook and I go to Taco Bell. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. I'm not cooking every day.
Okay.
Not while we're working on a house.
We're gonna starve, dog.
We're not going to start. You can have ice cream.
There you go. Now we're talking. Good healthy meal, ice cream. Good healthy meal, ice cream.
You're asking a lot from me.
No, I'm.
to be out here and help you and build
No,
and wire and then go cook. Ugh.
I thought that's what women love to do. Okay. Let's get the two floodlight wires. I'll go nail a box up and poke a hole.
Up,
yeah.
up there.
And then
And then.
tell you what, let's go upstairs.
And nice and cool upstairs.
Oh no, it's not.
Paul?
Yeah.
Were you drilling the hole?
Wait until I tell you. Now you need to drill through the top plate and feed it through
Yeah, right.
the teasing.
Thank you.
Yep. You steal my hammer?
You gave it to me, it's on tape.
Watch your head because there's
Yeah.
nails sticking down.
Yep.
I'm only putting these boxes in just a little ways because I think we're going to put a 2x6 out here spacing from the roof that we're going to then nail our soffit to. So the box will more than likely have to come off and be moved an inch or two down towards the ground.
Well, we're onto the garage now. Drilling holes, pulling wires, feeding boxes. Yeah, we're kind of on the home stretch almost. The garage is going to include outlets along the walls, light circuit, of course, garage door opener circuit, can't forget that, and some floodlights. Well, Karen and I have this much plywood left over, and nothing is really calling for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to side the inside of our garage with plywood. In Alaska, where we were in an earthquake zone, we frequently had walls that had plywood on it. Here in Michigan, yeah, I'm sure that nobody's going to ever imagine why you would have plywood on an interior wall, but anyway, we're going to do it. Just burn the stack of plywood because we are really done.
So what are you working on?
I'm working on the blocks that will hold the lights for the front of the garage, the sconce.
Uh-huh. On the
and-
left and the right-hand side?
Yep,
Okay, cool.
cutting out the holes.
Right on.
Well, we're getting at it again this morning. It's time to go to work. Hey, check this out. There's light in here. Woohoo! We got lights in the garage. I worked a little bit late last night just to finish up the lighting circuit. So what I've got left in the garage today is I need to run the home run for the electrical outlets. And then I've got a sconce light that's over here that's wired on one side, but it's not wired on the other side. So I need to run that wire. Other than that, the garage is done. We're ready to move on to the guest bedroom. What we really got left with regards to electrical is we got outlets here in the main room. We've got the lights overhead in the main room. We've got the outlets and lights up in the balcony area and the guest bedroom. And then we're ready to call for an inspection.
How you doing? Getting it okay? Need help?
It's just staying hot.
Yeah.
86 degrees in February.
Not in February. October. We're hoping it's 86 degrees in February.
Yeah, somewhere will be. Where's the hole?
You had upper holes as well.
I mean, upper holes.
Yeah. So, didn't you drill holes over there as well?
Yeah. I need more.
I didn't realize that you had already drilled some. That's why. There's duplicate. Okay. How much more do we need? Close.
Wait a minute. Oh, slow down. Slow down.
Yeah, that's good.
My fingers hurt. Trying to bend those things. Force the wire.
Well, we have got two more wires to run. We've got one wire that needs to go up into a fan. Karen's going to work on that. And the other wire is an outlet wire that needs to go down to the panel. Those are the only two wires. Maybe I should put another wire over here and drop a light down in this little space. I think I will do that. We are so close to being done with this wing of the house. Super excited.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, is it the melodious voice of the daughter of Greeningham's we are?
Hello.
Sorry, that was my terrible Sheriff of Nottingham.
Fair enough. Isn't it the melodious voice of the sheriff?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes. Hi. Hi. So, yes.
So this afternoon, Karen and I are working out here in the great room. This is the last main room that we have to work on. We're working on outlets, and we're working on lights overhead. Then we have a smoke detector circuit, and we'll be ready to call for an inspection. Now, a lot of these outlets here in the main room are separated by these big posts. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down through the floor, through the subfloor system, and come back up at the next outlet. So one of us is going to work up here in the main room, and one of us will be working downstairs to help fish the wires.
Takes a little bit.
We'll let you in on a little secret. If you'll put the staple up here,
Less bouncing.
pull it. Yeah.
Want me to pull it out and try again?
No, you use that one.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I'll snip it here and send it back down that one.
Yep, and then go across all these.
Yeah, come out a couple feet. Right?
Yeah. Like right here?
Yep.
watch out for other wires that may already be in the tray.
I know. Paul?
Yes.
Can you stick a wire down so I can see where I'm supposed to go? I can't see where the hole is. Oh, all right. I got it. Got 2 more bays to go. Yeah, you can pull it up. I know where to go now. I need another hole drilled. Can you bring the drill down? Paul? Bring the drill.
Got it.
Okay. I didn't drill enough holes.
Yep. Okay.
I was 1 short. I have 1 more staple to put in and then we can be done. Okay, you can cut it.
Well, with the last of the electrical outlet boxes wired up, the last thing that I needed to do here in the great room was to run lighting circuits. They're pretty high up, so we ended up putting the scaffold in place and rolling ourselves around to feed the wires through the rafters. Well, it's kind of cold this morning. I got some frost on the windows down in the 40s. But I got to get out here and finish my electrical. I have some wires to run into the panel. I got an inspector coming today, so I need to get this done.
All right, so we're in good shape here.
I'll send you a picture of like the stackers.
Yep,
That'd be a good.
That'd be a perfect one.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Maury.
sounds good, folks. It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Guess what we got? We got a passed sticker. Woohoo!
On electrical.
On electrical. Yep.
Rough in.
The signs of the season are all around us. The leaves on the trees are starting to fall. Colors are starting to come out. The building season is winding down. Well, I think that's where we're going to let you go. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you on the next one.